So anything happening, there will be cell loss here. Anything happening here, there will going to be multiplication, proliferation. This is only the brain. The brain of the cell is only two: grow or lose. Grow or lose. And the layer which controls that organ will either grow, multiply, or lose. How that is significant? So inner layer controls the survival. We saw it now. The rubric related to them are abdomen pain, anger after stomach ulcers, grief after respiration. So these are just what you say references which we can take into when the adaptation comes into play. So linked to the sensory communication, contact function, skin, nervous system, ailments from death of loved ones. So this is how cell proliferate. In these two, there is cell proliferation. So this is the brain of the cells. They are just taught to grow. The old brain. कुछ भी हुआ, the healing process is to grow. And anything happening to the new mesoderm and ectoderm. Ectoderm can be skin. Ectoderm can be ovaries. Sorry, new mesoderms can be ovaries. There is always going to be cell loss. This has been taught. This is the brain of that layer. And if you don't take the brain of the layer, by understanding how it's going to respond, we may land up into not understanding the knowledge of disease. So here again, I repeat, the brain cell, there is cell proliferation. Okay. And here, cerebellum, again cell proliferation. Cell loss here in cerebral medulla and cortex. So again, ask, why does the psyche affects the brain? To know this, how the brain body psyche is, this is to answer people. You know why you ask mind symptoms? What is this mind symptom doing on the body? You have to make them understand that the latest scientists are working on PNEI axis. They are now all biggest research. These are the papers which I could pull out. Is all around the PNEI axis. The biggest research is going on because they now are failing. They are not able to control diseases. So the answer to that is the neurotransmitters. Now these neurotransmitters get fired on every emotional mood change. So every mood and emotion which is affecting the psyche, the fear, the pleasure, the happiness, is affecting our brain. And that part of the brain controlling that organ is into problem. And that organ will go into, according to that layer, will go into, according to brain, will go into defensive reaction for survival. What are these neurotransmitters? These are the neurotransmitters. So if you are stressed, your anxiety and stress will go on. Children getting sick during exam are very anxious and stressed. And then they get cold, cough and fever. What is it? The histamine going up. This is what, if you start telling to a ENT and explaining to their parents, they understand. Oh my God, the histamine goes up. And they cannot go on giving antihistamine because that's going to cause sleep to the child. And the parents are fed up, and that's when they come to you. So you have to ask, what is the anxiety and stress before the exam of the child? And then select the proper medicine, proper rubrics for that. And homeopathic medicine, when given to this type of situation, makes the patient strong to face this situation of anxiety and stress in much better way. And that's how they heal. So the healing occurs from mind to the organ. If there is a lion behind you or a boss behind you all the time in the office, it's going to be fight and flight mechanism. This fight and fight mechanism is going to stimulate a lot of cortisol. And this cortisol is what is going to lead into more and more stress or growth or adaptation of the organ. Skin lesion conflict, you want to know. So if it's a bula, it's separation conflict. A macule, epidermis, it's separation conflict. If it is a nodule, there is a growth, it is attack conflict. if it is again a patch separation conflict. So this is how we need to know. Here, the knowledge of disease is very important. How body is going to react, and it helps us in diagnosing also. So acne is very common. Acne is the best example. The girl starts menstruating, starts dressing up, starts going out, and there is an attack from mother and father that you have grown, now you cannot go out, you cannot wear these dresses, you should not look bad, you should cover your head, you should cover your face. All these is abuse on the face. Abuse on the face is an attack conflict, and that immediately increases her stress hormone, adrenaline goes up, histamine goes up, and the skin becomes bad, and that is the attack conflict of that girl. So all those who are having acne, you need to ask them what is the behavior of the parents, or where is she being attacked on the face, or abused, or there are arguments. So that's how things are. That's what I tried to make you understand. One slide is remaining, which I will work out when other mentors are talking, is all about the side, the right side and the left side. That slide I'll be explaining in between when our mentors are talking. That will help us understand why the leprosy started at the right side and went to the left side. The right side of the body, leprosy started and then went to the left. So who was the culprit? Naturally, the wife was the culprit. Your partner is on the right side. But I made a slide for you. We will understand that. So shingles, what it is, can you comment in the chat box? Shingles is which layer? They say after you get this, you will also lose your eyes. So when you know GNM and the layer, you know that dermis will not go into the eyes. So why fear? It's the dermis. It's the dermis. It's the dermis. So naturally, it's not going to go to the eye. Yes.
Yeah.
So dermis, mesoderm, cell proliferation. Psoriasis, what is it? In the comment box. Skin is shedding. I gave you a clue. Skin shedding, the superficial cell loss. Yes, the dermis. Okay, we are on the end of the lecture. So vitiligo, which layer? Vitiligo is most superficial. The last layer of strata, which is called, is the layer of epidermis which gets affected. Yes, the cause is brutal separation. But what is the brutal separation? We will take a lecture on skin, and you see the leukoderma results there. That also we can use Brahmastra very well. Psychodynamics and German new medicine is beautiful to use in this type of cases. Yes, it is epidermis. The last slide of the quiz. I think that's all. Thank you. We will answer the question in the end of the session. Thank you. Hope I could make it as easy as possible and approachable with an example of leprosy. So don't fear leprosy, and dare to be wise, and let's put our homeopathy on the Google map saying no. It's a science with a logic, and you can start taking homeopathy with that confidence. Thank you.
Wow. Yeah. Ashar?
Yes.
Yes, my dear HHFians, homeopaths, it's a long way to go. I found myself very curious about this theory of GNM, and I was really struggling hard. I'm still struggling. It's a
No, absolutely not. He just is saying for the